So I wanted to welcome everyone to the call tonight. My name is Nicole Dennis, and I'm very blessed and grateful to be what they call a triple diamond with ASEA. Now, you don't need to understand what that means. That just means that together with my husband, Justin, we've helped a lot of people by sharing ASEA'S products with them, so they've been able to have a transformation in many different areas of their life. So I'll just share a little bit about myself. My background is in the corporate world. I have a project management background and have worked on a lot of large-scale transport engineering infrastructure projects. And I came to ASEA because someone shared the product with me and they said that I should try it. And I'd had some long-term kind of fatigue health challenge issues that I'd had for about 25 years, and I'd tried a lot of things for those and I hadn't been able to resolve them. And when I started to use ASEA products, those issues resolved for me in a very short amount of time. And so that really got us interested in taking a closer look at ASEA and what it could do, not only for us, but for other people that we cared about. And a good friend of ours suggested to us that we should look at the business opportunity, and we didn't know anything about this style of business. Like, you've been invited here tonight because someone has shared this with you, and we didn't know anything about that. And so we were open and we took a look, and now ASEA is what we do for our full-time business, and we're both able to work from home and co-parent our baby girl. So yeah, it's been really amazing and a blessing in many different areas of our life. So how tonight is going to run, I'm going to just share a few short slides with you to give you an overview of ASEA products. And then, of course, the star of the show this evening is the amazing Sally Niso Dymond. So I'm going to introduce her in about 10 minutes, and we're going to hear from Sally about what the ASEA products have done for her. And also we're going to hear from her about how she is sharing ASEA products and creating a business with ASEA for herself. So we're going to finish up by 8:40 at the latest, and we'll stick around and have a few questions after that. We'll take questions at the end if anyone has any questions. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen so I can share a few slides with you. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see that. So this ASEA is a cellular health company. So it's all about helping you work better at a cellular level. So because of this, ASEA products can work, for wellness, for health challenges, for skin issues, for athletic performance, for anti-aging, and they're great for people of all ages. We use them on our baby girl right from the day she was born, and you can use them up to any age. They're 100% safe, which is really great. So you can use them for, so many different things because they're working on the cells. So as you're sitting here and you're listening to this presentation tonight, you might want to have a think about how ASEA can be of benefit to you. So we find that people come to ASEA for, one of around 6 reasons. Maybe you have a health challenge or you want to invest in your future health. This is what first brought me to ASEA, was a health challenge. Perhaps you know someone who has a health challenge and you want to be able to help them. Maybe you would like to have more energy, stamina, or you want to be able to improve your athletic performance. Professional athletes want to do this, or you just want to have more energy at the end of the day. I know that I have a pretty busy life, and most people have a pretty busy life, and we could all do with a little more energy. Some people come to ASEA because they just want to have more youthful and radiant skin, so just look younger. And, the great thing about ASEA's products is they're also going to make you feel younger as well, even if you're just using them topically. Perhaps you've come here because you are looking for additional income and some financial freedom. You are looking to partner with ASEA and the business opportunity. Or perhaps you just want to find a way that you can be part of a community and make a contribution and a difference to others. So one of these reasons, or more than one of these reasons, might apply to you. So ASEA's products are based on REDOX science. So there's lots and lots of validation for REDOX science and how important these critical messenger molecules are in the body. So if we go to pubmed.gov, which is peer-reviewed scientific and medical journals, there's more than 14,000 articles on there when you put in redox signaling. Just a few short years ago, there was only around 5,000 articles on there when I first found out about ASEA. So it's a very rapidly expanding area of science. If you go to Google, there's more than 3 million hits, and it's important to remember that Google is a search engine, not a research engine. So there's some fantastic information on Google, but you do need to be discerning because there's a lot of misinformation on Google that's perhaps put there by vested interests in pharmaceutical industry and things like that don't want us to be in charge of our own health. So Dr. Gary Samuelson, who was the amazing scientist who was able to stabilize these molecules, says it's the greatest health science breakthrough in anti-aging and athletic performance of our lifetime. So you're going to hear a little bit more from Sally about her results with these products. So very simply, what redox molecules are is they are the ways that our cells talk to each other. So these molecules are made inside of our cells by the mitochondria, which are little power plants inside of our cells. They produce energy. As part of this energy production, they produce redox signaling molecules. Now, these molecules activate antioxidants. In fact, they boost our body's own antioxidant production, and they also help our immune system communicate, which sends the message to protect us against viruses, bacteria, and infection. And these molecules are also the ones that communicate for apoptosis or programmed cell death when cells are doing things that they shouldn't be doing in our body. So they're really, really important. If you look at this pyramid on the left, it's got redox molecules at the bottom. So the redox molecules are what allows our cells to talk to each other and for us to have healthy cells. If we have healthy cells, everything else in our body is healthy, and we are a healthy and hopefully very happy person. So these molecules are critical to everything that happens in our body because of this. So, I've just explained to you how we make redox molecules inside our body. So why would we need to supplement with ASEA'S redox products? Well, as we age, we produce less and less of these molecules. And this is when we start to see things break down and have imbalances in our body. So a healthy adolescent will have 100% production. And if we think of this like a mobile phone, it's like 5 bars and 4G. We can hear everything that when we're talking to someone, we can stream video and all the communication's working great. By the age of 40, the redox production's down to around 50%. This is like 2 to 3 bars and 3G. We're missing words in a conversation. If we're talking to someone, the videos are stopping streaming. This is what our cells, the communication is not working as well by this age. And things are starting to break down. We're starting to perhaps have some signs of, dysfunction in our body and things like that. By our 70s and 80s, it's down to around 10% of the production when we're a healthy adolescent. So there's not very much communication getting through at all. It's kind of like going between 1 bar and SOS on your mobile. You can maybe get a text out sometimes, but there's not effective communication. And we really start to see and feel the effects of aging. So if you remember back to the slide where I showed the cell and about the redox molecules are made as part of the energy production cycle by the mitochondria. So our cells are mostly salt and water. So ASEA makes its redox products with exactly the same ingredients. Pristine salt water is what they start with. They add power to this, and it takes several days as these molecules in the salt and water are broken down into their free-floating atoms, and then they're restructured into a balanced, bioidentical set of redox molecules, the same as the ones that we make inside of our cells. So you don't really need to understand all the science. You just need to know it's native to the body. It's going to help your cells talk to each other better, and they're going to perform like they did when they were younger. There's 49 international and US patents on this process. So we know that what is in ASEA products is no longer salt water. This is a image of ASEA's manufacturing facility in the USA. You can see there's big vats of the redox molecules there. So ASEA is a cellular health company, and its flagship technology is the Redox technology. And they have 3 products that sit in this category. They have the ASEA Redox supplement, which you take internally, and this is available through a personal use program in Australia. I'm not going to talk about the scientific results around this tonight, but if you want to find out more, you can go to ASEAScience.com and you'll be able to see some of the research that's available on this product. There's amazing things for athletes and oxidative stress and improving the body's antioxidant efficiency. There's also the 2 topical products, RENU 28, which is a topical redox product, and an intensive redox serum, which is intended for like smaller areas of spot treatments. They also have some complementary health and beauty products that work with the redox products, and some complementary health and wellness products. ASEA is the only place in the world that you can get these exclusive redox breakthrough products, which are bioidentical redox molecules to what we make inside of our cells. You know that these products do contain redox because they're independently certified by Bioagilytics, and this is on the back of all of the redox products, this Bioagilytics redox certified logo. So just in brief, I'm not going to cover this in too much detail because you can also find all of this on ASEAScience.com. The products are validated by science. They're non-toxic, safe for the whole family. With the RENU 28, there was a 20% improvement in the appearance of wrinkles and elasticity and many other signs of aging over a 28-day period. Also, a visible reduction in redness and irritation. They also found a 16% faster skin cell renewal. So that means our cells were turning over faster. When we're younger, our cells renew at a much faster rate than when we're older. So when our cells are renewing more quickly, our skin is going to look more youthful and more vibrant. One other really interesting piece of research was there was a 50% increase in skin blood flow. Now, by increasing skin blood flow, you're bringing life and energy to an area. And perhaps if you've got, poor circulation, something's not healing well in that area, something's not working well in that area, by increasing the blood flow to that area, you are increasing the healing potential to that area. So that's pretty amazing. So we've seen some incredible results with RENU 28. Also, a reduction in the appearance of cellulite as well with using ASEA products. So they actually found it was reducing the size of the fat lobules in the cellulite, and it's also going to be moving out all of that toxicity because a lot of cellulite is trapped toxins between fat cells as well. So that's a really great health benefit you can have. So this image is just showing you many of the results different people have had with using RENU 28 for 28 days. You can see incredible results in the visible signs of aging. So if we think of aging, it's like rusting of the cells on the outside of the body. And you can see that just by adding RENU 28, they've had incredible differences in the visible signs of aging. So you can imagine if you're using these redox molecules, what this can be doing on the inside of your body as well, where we can't see pictures like this. This is an interesting photo that I just wanted to share with you to demonstrate what the redox gel can be doing internally in the body. So this is thermography pictures, and thermography measures, where there's inflammation, where there's things that are not right in the body. So the red parts show that's not so great. There's inflammation, maybe there's cells doing what they shouldn't be, but that's not great where there's red. So most of these photos are after 1 to 3 applications of the redox gel. So the left and then the right. And, it's around 8 to 12 minutes apart for all of them. And so you can see there's a significant decrease in the areas of red in the body just through applying the redox gel topically. So this shows that it is working on these areas where, things are not so great in the body. So pretty amazing. ASEA is also really incredible for athletes. They are reporting improved endurance, improved strength, improved recovery, and mental stamina from using ASEA products. If you would like to hear from some of the ASEA athletes, you can visit athleteedge.com and you'll be able to hear some stories from athletes using ASEA there. So now I'm going to stop my screen share and we're going to hear from the amazing Sally Dymond. So I just would like to introduce Sally. So Sally is amazing. She's actually, done a lot of athletes herself. She narrowly missed out on representing Australia at the Olympics by a very, very short margin. And Sally has been a therapist for more than 20 years, and she has a clinic where she works with a lot of clients in pain and helps them get out of pain. So Sally has been involved with using the ASEA products for maybe a year and a half, or maybe a bit longer now, maybe nearly 2 years actually. And we're going to hear from Sally tonight about her experience. So thank you so much for being here tonight, Sally. Can you unmute yourself, or do I need to unmute you? No. Oh, hey, how you going?
Good, how are you? Hi, everyone. Great to see you all.
Fantastic. So Sally, share with us a little bit about, your experience with ASEA's products and what got you interested in ASEA products.
Okay, so I've been using ASEA for exactly 2 years, actually. So I was fortunate enough to go to one of the very early pre-launches of ASEA in Brisbane. And it was one of the corporate events, which there's a corporate tour going on right now. So if you're in an area where it is, then I really highly recommend you going. Because it was at that event that I really saw, what the possibility of ASEA was. And, I was excited about the opportunity of the business, but, I had only been using the products for a short time. So, for me to really put my name to something, I have to know that a product works and is creditable. So I've been using ASEA RENU for 2 years, and I originally started it for a skin condition of my own. And it rapidly expanded into us using it in our family for everything from bumps to bruises to kids, you know, ailments and growing pains to my husband's toes. And I could go on and on about every part of the body that we use the RENU 28 products on. So it really started as a personal thing for us, you know, where I was trialing it for one of my own conditions, and then it quickly expanded into, you know, will it work for this and will it work for that? And, you know, we pretty much bought 6 tubes and started to go through them pretty quickly and handed them out. And then every 2 days I was ordering another 6. So probably should have started with a big pack, but I'm a little more on the conservative side, and I really just didn't know if it was going to work or if people would buy it. And still to this day, I mean, right now I have none on my shelf, and I started with 8, you know, just a day ago. So, you know, you can never have enough RENU, and it goes off the shelf pretty quickly. So,
yeah. So you've got like an incredible experience in the health field, like you've worked in the health field for more than 20 years. And you've worked, like, I mean, Sally has worked with some, like the who's who of tennis, and like she's treated like some really, really famous athletes in her career. So she's, you know, very well-respected therapist. So how, for you, have you seen the ASEA products get different results from all the things you've tried before? Because you've used some pretty cutting edge technologies in your clinic.
Yeah, so when I first started to use it, I personally didn't understand it. I didn't believe it, you know, that something so simple would be so powerful. So I really just started to use it as an add-on to my business, but I also used it as a standalone to really test, you know, how effective it was. So in my business, I use a Russian device and a German device to treat the body, and I would treat some parts of the body with that device, and I would treat other parts of the body with the RENU gel, and I would not actually do anything hands-on other than rub the gel on certain areas. And, you know, I would get the patient to stand up, move around, and, you know, to my surprise and disbelief, they actually had great relief from it. So in the early days, I would say, I want you to be my little test, and I want you to try and, you know, really use this according to how I tell you to use it, and give me your honest feedback. And people would come back and their condition had, you know, half cleared up, or, you know, they really didn't need to see me again. And I thought, well, this is amazing. I'm actually going to get a day off now, because everyone can just rub some gel and you know, heal themselves. And, you know, so it was something that I could use in my clinic, but it's something that I could send home with my patients so that they can actually continue the treatment at home. So it gives them the power to actually be doing something for themselves and not expecting me to wave a wand, or, you know, for them to fall on the table, fall asleep, and me just fix them. Because as we all know, the body has an innate ability to heal itself. We just need to enable the right switches and give it the right information. So, you know, if I can give my clients some tools and things that they can do to help themselves, then that's, you know, very, very powerful just in its own right. But when you can give them something to enable healing on a cellular level, then that's very, very powerful. So, you know, in all my experience, I've never used any lotion or cream that that goes further than the skin or the muscle layer and actually has an effect on their overall health, which is what RENU 28 does, because it's working on the cells and it's helping to regulate the whole body. So everything from sleep, energy, mood, you know, we've seen some really amazing results when people start to use it on their entire organism and function.
Yeah, amazing. You just see results for so many different things, and it's kind of hard for people to get their head around at first, right? That it's a product that you're just rubbing on your skin can do that. Yeah.
I mean, you have to do it. It's okay to be skeptical. I'm super skeptical, and I like to research everything right down to the, you know, last degree. But it's okay to sit on the fence and be that skeptical person, but you actually have to get off the fence at some point if you want to have an opinion on it and say, does it work? Doesn't it work? How does it work? Then you actually need to dive in at some point in that skeptical journey and go, okay, I'm going to try this for the correct time and use it the correct way on a number of different things to really give it the test. So, you know, I would say to anyone, I love a skeptic. I was the biggest skeptic. Don't do what I did. It took me 8 months to actually get off the fence and, you know, actually get over myself and go, all right, well, I have to try this. And, you know, I would just say get off the fence and try it and use it and really give it its honest, you know, fair share. Forget about everything that you might think and just actually do. You know, that's one of my great things is just go out and do and use it properly and then tell me what you think, you know. Don't tell me what you think before you've actually done those couple of steps.
Yeah. And I know Sally was watching, like we have a Facebook group which has, you know, just people sharing their stories about what their experience has been with ASEA products. So if you're not part of that group, ask the person who invited you here tonight to add you to that group. And you watched that group for that time, didn't you, Sally?
Oh, I did. I watched it for about 7 or 8 months, and I was obsessed with all these, you know, crazy people that were writing all these amazing, crazy things about what they were doing. And, you know, eventually the curiosity really got to me because my skin issue was really not clearing up, and my skin was rough and bumpy, and it really wasn't something I was proud of. And I'd been through diet, and I'd been through elimination, I'd been through lots of different things. And, you know, I really just needed that cellular thing to come in and start to have my cells communicate and have everything I was doing actually start to work. So, you know, when I joined that Facebook group, there were 450 people, and I think now we're up to 7,000, over 7,000. So the group is expanding, you know, exponentially, and there's people in there that are they're just watching, and they're commenting, and they're sharing all their amazing stories, compliantly, of course.
Yeah, so you just ask the person who invited you tonight if you want to, you know, see some more stories about the products. So we're going to talk a little bit. Sally has also chosen to partner with ASEA and to build a business with ASEA. And Sally is what we call a platinum executive in ASEA. You don't need to understand what that means, but that just means she's helped a lot of people with ASEA's products, and she gets paid a very nice amount of thank you money from ASEA for doing that. And Sally's also been able to qualify for some trips with ASEA. She's about to leave on another one shortly to go over for a cruise in the Bahamas with ASEA. So Sally, can you share a little bit about how the ASEA business is different? Because you've had, you know, a traditional business where you're a therapist and you're treating patients one-on-one for quite a long time, and the lifestyle benefits that you've had from, you know, work from building an ASEA business so far.
Yep, sure. So when I first started, I was really interested in a product that I could retail. My business is very busy. I have a very busy clinic, and, you know, for me to increase my income means I either increase the consultation fees or I just work more, and I don't want to work more because I'm already working too much. So I was looking for a product that I could potentially add that had a little bit of a retail markup. And when RENU came along, that was actually as far as I thought that I would take RENU as a business. It was just something that I could retail, add a little retail profit on top of it, and that would boost my weekly income if I sold, you know, 8 to 10 tubes a week. So I thought, you know, I'd be happy with a few $100s every week coming in from the sale of a great product. But then I started to feel a little guilty when people would come back and say that, you know, they love it and they need more, and, you know, I knew that I could get it cheaper and so could they. So then I started to share the fact that, you know, if they wanted to use more, which I wanted them to, and I wanted them to use it on their family, they could actually get it for wholesale price, and I would just simply open them an account and they could order it when and how they liked. So in the process of those couple of weeks where I started to do that with a number of my clients and my family, you know, I was just playing around the back office, inquisitive on, you know, what that back office website information it had. And there was money sitting in the account there. And of course, I looked at my husband and said, wow, look at this. You know, there's $400. And then the next week there was $500. And I thought, if I keep doing this, you know, he doesn't have to worry about going back to get an engineering contract because his contract had just ended. So he became quite excited at the prospect of being a stay-at-home dad, which would have been exciting for me as well, except he's not the best stay-at-home dad. He thinks he can do building projects and, you know, be doing all of the fun stuff instead of what I actually needed him to do, like cook dinner and take care of the kids. So he was getting excited, and I was working quite hard on building my ASEA business outside of my clinic hours. So, you know, I spent a lot of time building it on Facebook and really just sharing it with friends of mine that ran their own practices and businesses, and just sharing the fact that they really needed to include this product in their clinic to use with their patients to help, you know, get some really amazing results with what they also did. So, you know, in that process of selling retail and opening up people's accounts, and this is my number one advocate here, and really getting the message across to a wide, varied range of people, the money just started to come in as a side effect, I call it, because it's not something I really planned on or was hoping for, and it just kept going. So every single week since I started ASEA, I have earned a check, and then I started to earn the opportunity to travel and start to talk to people, you know, all over the place. And the story I love the most is a friend of mine in New Zealand. You know, I met her at a conference. She was a therapist. I shared it with her. She said, that looks fantastic. She opened her account. You know, Justin happened to be doing a tour in New Zealand. He had a few of their contacts. And then another therapist enrolled, and she saw the vision and the dream of ASEA, and she set up an amazing group of people. And I've been able to go to New Zealand twice now, and they've toured me all around the South Island and, you know, places that I'd never been to New Zealand before. And I've met this amazing group of women. Okay, you can stop making faces. Who just, you know, took me on board and just showed me their country and their people. And at all of these events, I had people come up to me and tell me the most amazing health stories of how they're out of hospital and they're, you know, got their foot back and their life back and their energy back. And you know, they're driving a car for the first time in 6 years because they no longer have problems with their brain, and they got their license back. And, you know, if I never said yes to this opportunity and to just get off the fence and have a go, none of these people would have this opportunity to be recovering their health. So there's certainly people along the way that have stopped me and tried to, you know, tell me that I'm crazy and it doesn't work and, you know, what are you doing? But, you know, I know exactly what it's doing, and I get told every day someone tells me an amazing story of what it's done. So, you know, it's okay for them to be skeptics as well, because I was, you know, for a long time. So you just have to keep going on your mission and your vision. And, you know, if I never said yes, there'd be over 1,000 people and more, you know, that would not be having the health benefits and life-changing results that they're getting. So, you know, I'm forever grateful for, you know, Nicole and Justin and what they've done in helping me build the business, because I couldn't have done it without them. I still run a very busy clinic, and I'm a bit hoarse because I've been talking all day, and I ran a call at 4:30 for the New Zealand team, and now I'm here with you guys. But I love it. I love sharing ASEA, and, you know, I'll talk to anyone about the potential of what it can do and has done for people.
Yeah, so it's really amazing, and it's been amazing to see you, Sally, to, you know, the number of lives that you've impacted with this just by reaching out to people. And I love how when you first started building your ASEA business, you did it all pretty much via Facebook, and you really just leveraged this Tuesday night meeting and invited people to it, you know, because you were really busy. You didn't have a lot of time, but you still built a really successful business within a few short months.
Yeah, I remember Nicole ringing me and saying, Sally, what are you doing? You don't even know what you're doing. We need to come and teach you. And I said, I don't have time for you to teach me. I'm just doing what I'm doing, and it seems to be working. So, you know, I just jump in head first with no fear and just, you know, start plowing through and try and keep it simple. You know, you just want people to use the products and get well. And whatever else happens, I call it a side effect. It's a brilliant side effect. It's one we all want. It's where people thank you, and ASEA gives you some money, and then they start to send you on these amazing trips, you know, which for us has been just amazing. My husband's American, so it costs us a lot of money to go back to visit his family. And last year we got paid, the two of us, to fly to the States, and all expenses paid trip in Park City. And we got to take our children to visit their grandparents and, you know, do some pretty harsh things over there, where we had to, you know, sell the family home and put mum and dad into homes and really do the hard yards. But the beauty of it was that we were able to do it, and we were there, and someone else actually paid for it. So, you know, we get to go again in a few weeks, and we're taking the children with us to the Bahamas. So, you know, they don't mind when I'm still working at 8 o'clock at night, because they just look at the vision board and they can see all the cool things that we're planning and we're actually doing. So,
yeah, it's really amazing. So thank you so much for being here to share with us tonight, Sally, and for being part of the, you know, ASEA family, because it's been awesome. And, you know, I've got to know Sally a lot better. Like, we didn't know each other very well before ASEA. We met at a networking function, and, you know, you do get to make really amazing friendships with ASEA as well, which is something I really love.
Thank you. Appreciate everything you do.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to just finish up with a few more slides telling you, you know, a little bit about how you can get the products, and then we'll stick around if you've got a few questions, and you can, you know, get on with your Tuesday night. So So think that was our little guest story. So with ASEA products, it's really important to set correct expectations, and hopefully the person, you know, that's introduced you to ASEA has been through this with you. So you really need to give the products a 90 to 120 day try. So this is based on the liquid product, and if people try it for a week, only around 10% of people notice something in a week. We know from the research it's definitely having an impact as soon as you drink it or rub it on, but they'll only notice a noticeable difference. Within a month, this increases to 50%, and 3 months, 90+% of people see or feel or experience a difference or can see it on their blood work or something like that. So really important to, you know, give it the correct try. So ASEA, something that was really important to me, and Sally and I both had the opportunity to travel to the States and to meet the founders, is that it was, you know, founded by people who, you know, really had great values. And ASEA's mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And how this all came about is through Vertus and Tyler Norton founded the company, and they had this product and it was stabilized by Dr. Gary Samuelson, and they gave it to people to start drinking. And within 2 months, it had spread from 40 people to 135 people in 20 countries. And these people were experiencing incredible benefits. Now, Vertus and Tyler were from traditional business. So they did what traditional businessmen do, and they took this health breakthrough to a pharmaceutical company. But the condition of the pharmaceutical company was that no one could have any more molecules. They had to recall the products. And they just really weren't comfortable for this because they thought there was people in this original group that they just weren't going to make it if they didn't have these molecules anymore. So they said no to the money and they said yes to the people, and that's why ASEA was formed as a network marketing company and was basically to put ASEA into the hands of the people. So if you want to learn more about ASEA's story, you can visit ASEAGenesisVideo.com and you can check that out. It's the story how ASEA started. So you heard from, you know, both myself and my husband and Sally have chosen to partner with ASEA and to build, you know, an ASEA business by just basically sharing these amazing products with people. So you can reach whatever potential that you want with ASEA. So these are just the ranks in ASEA. You don't need to understand what these mean, but you can see the average monthly income of different ranks of people in ASEA. So this just means that you can have whatever income potential you want. You might want an extra $500, you know, to pay for your product and maybe, you know, pay for some bills or you know, to go out a couple of times a month. Or perhaps you want to have the vision to have like a really significant income. It doesn't matter which choice you make. It's whatever choice is right for you, if that's something you want to pursue. Okay. So how you can be part of ASEA? You can be a consumer and you can experience ASEA's products. You can get retail or wholesale pricing with this option. You can choose to share ASEA's products and earn thank you money from ASEA. You can get wholesale pricing. You can help other people with their health and well-being. You can access some special promotions that ASEA has, and you can earn your products or, you know, an income. You can earn a real income with ASEA. This is all my husband and I do now. Or perhaps you've really caught the vision of ASEA and you want to get a full-time income and beyond. You can create a global business and you can work your own hours from home and you can really achieve financial freedom and leave a legacy for your family. So the choice is completely up to you. But you can make a difference to yourself and others, whether you use the products or choose to share them and build a big team. If you become a wholesale customer or open a wholesale account as an associate with ASEA, you get to participate in their loyalty rewards program, which basically is like, you know, you earn points for every $1 that you spend with ASEA, and you can use these points to redeem free products, which is pretty cool. So in closing, I'd like to finish with a quote from the founder of ASEA, Vertus Norton. And I'm very grateful to Vertus for, you know, making the decision to put these products into the hands of people like you and me, because it's really made a huge change in many areas of my life having ASEA available to me. And he says, we are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world. So I invite you to get back to the person who invited you this evening and talk to them about, you know, how you would like to go forward with ASEA's products or ASEA's opportunity or both. And thank you so much for giving up some time of your Tuesday evening to be here with us tonight. And I will stick around to answer a couple of questions before we close off the call.